Hello and welcome back to Excel Overdrive. I hope you and your close ones are safe during this pandemic. Excel has nearly 479 functions, and advanced users of Excel know at least 30% of these. We would not cover all of them, however, we will set the right foundation to understand any function. If you are doing anything else, I would urge you to stop doing it right now and pay complete attention to what I'm about to share today. We will be covering the following topics. The very first one being how to write basic formulas, including functions such as sum, average, and count. The second one would be how to provide cell references in formulas. I would then cover famous PEMDAS rule along with a simple hack on how to know every possible function that exists in Excel. Finally, I'd post a quiz to check how much you understood the tutorial. So without any further delay, let's get started. If you wish to follow along, I've provided a link to a Google Drive where you can download the Excel sheet used in the video, which is in the description section below. Zooming in so that you could see a little better. Writing a formula in Excel is as simple as typing it on a calculator. The very first thing you need to know about formulas is that it starts with an is equal to symbol. In this example, starting with an is equal to, I would type 2, put an addition symbol, type another 2 and hit enter. We see that the result is 4. Let us look at another one. Starting with an is equal to, and I type 5 minus 2, we see the resulting answer 3. Let's try a multiplication example. Starting with an is equal to, I type 5 multiplied with 2 and then hit the enter key. I see the number as 10. These examples show you how formulas in Excel work in general. But what if the number you wanted to calculate changed every now and then? This is where providing references come into picture. I've entered some random numbers in column C. We would now use the cell referencing option to do some simple calculations. Starting with an is equal to symbol and then clicking on each cell with my mouse button, a plus, clicking on the next cell, a plus, and left clicking on the other cell and hitting the enter key. The answer I get is 6. Remember, this formula is dynamic, and if numbers in cell C1, C2 or C3 change, the result in C4 changes automatically. So let's try that out. I have changed the number in C1 to show 5. Now we can see that the result in C4 has automatically changed to the number 10. And if I change the number here too, the number automatically changes. This is very simple, but in the real world, you would never be dealing with such small data sets. The number of rows and columns would be much more than a few, and writing functions make your job a lot easier. Let me now show you some examples which might as well occur in your journey in the corporate world. Moving to the sheet named as sum, average, and count, I've generated some random numbers in column A through column E. There are multiple ways to write a formula. In this case, we would be adding numbers in column A. Starting with an is equal to symbol, I would type sum, which is SUM, and we can now see that Excel has multiple built-in functions which start with the keyword sum. Make sure that the blue highlighted region is the sum that you wish to choose. Excel will also display a short description of what this formula does. In this case, adds all the numbers in the range of cells. You can choose the function highlighted in blue by either double-clicking with the left button on your mouse or pressing the tab key. Now that the function is selected, you can click with the left button of your mouse, select all the cells and drag the cells that you need to add. Now that all those cells have been selected, close the bracket and then hit enter. Another way to do this is starting with an is equal to, typing sum, selecting sum with the tab button and directly specifying the cell references that you wish to add. In this case, it would be B1 colon B15 and then closing the bracket. Then I hit the enter key. The colon in the function is more like the word to. In other words, you're asking Excel to add contents in cell B1 to B15. If you don't understand this concept right now, don't worry about it. There are plenty of videos that I would make which would make this concept much easier for you. The easiest way, however, to add numbers in Excel is using the auto sum feature. All you need to do is click on the blank cell in C16. Excel is smart enough to understand that it needs to add the contents in the cell above. Hit the auto sum option, which is available here in Home tab, and with the drop down activated, select Sum. Excel will now populate the formula along with the cells it needs to add. If your selection is right, confirm by hitting the enter key. The exact same option works for averages too. All you need to do is go back to the same option. While my active cell is D16, choose the average button from the drop-down list. You know that the cells that are activated are shown in blue dotted lines. Confirm that this is correct by hitting the enter key, and you can now see the average of the cells from D1 to D15. The exact same works to count the total number of entries too. Just head over to the AutoSum function, choose count numbers, confirm that the section highlighted in blue dotted lines is the section which you want to count, hit enter, and you have your answer. AutoSum works not just on columns but also on rows. For example, I'll click on a blank cell in H19. The application understands that it needs to add data that exists in row number 19. You can see that Excel has already chosen what it needs to add. So if you see here, the cells from A19 all the way through G19 have already been selected. All I need to do is hit the enter key and I get the answer. A point you need to remember is that if there is a blank cell or an empty cell in row-wise or column-wise data, the AutoSum function would not work very efficiently. Depending on different type of situations you would be working with, you would either provide cell references or click and drag the cells that you need to work with. Moving to the order of operation in Excel, PEMDAS is the order in which formulas are executed, popularly remembered as "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally," but Indians can think of it as PEMDAS, excluding the letter R. Some of you may also remember it as the BODMAS rule. P stands for parenthesis, E stands for exponential, followed by multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. For example, I want to multiply 5 to an addition of 2. The ideal answer I should be getting here, that is equal to 5 multiplied by 3 plus 2. 25 should be the answer because I'm adding 3 plus 2, which is 5, and 5 multiplied by 5 is 25. But do you think I'd get the same answer because I've typed the equation exactly how I said it? The answer is incorrect. In this case, we need to tell Excel the addition needs to happen first and we can do that by placing 3 and 2 within the brackets. Is equal to 5 multiplied by open brackets 3 plus 2 and close brackets. You can now see that we got the desired result. I would urge you to explore this functionality of Excel a little more to understand it very clearly. As stated initially, Excel has nearly 479 functions, and there are various categories in these such as financial, logical, text functions, and so on. To explore all the built-in functions, just head over to the Formulas tab, and then you can see all of these are categorized into financial, logic, and so on. If you head over to the financial section, you would see some formulas here. And if you hover over one of the formulas, you'll have a brief description of what that formula does. In this case, returns the prorated linear depreciation of an asset for each accounting period. But as a beginner, you may not know which formula comes under which section. This is where my special hack can help you. Just click on the FX button, which is right above the cells, and the insert function pop-up window would open. All you need to do is provide a brief description of the function that you're looking for. Select the category as all and hit go. For example, I've typed sum, choosing all under the category, and hit go. I can now see that all the functions that can perform operations related to sum are present in this list. Let's try another one. This time I've keyed in the word interest, choosing the category as all and then hit go. I see that various functions that are related to interest rates are available in this one. The very first one says returns the accrued interest for a security that pays periodic interest. With that, we come to the end of this tutorial. But before I let you go, I have a question for you, and it may not be a very easy one to crack. I would not be providing the answer right away and expect you to post your answers in the comment section of the video. Remember, life is all about making mistakes and learning from these mistakes, so don't be embarrassed if you don't know the answer. I would still encourage you to post your answers, and I would provide the correct answer within the next 24 hours. So the question here is, which of these equations result in the answer 24? Try to remember the PEMDAS rule and then execute this question. Remember, nobody can become an Excel expert overnight, and being consistent is the key. If you wish to remain updated about every new video I post, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you for watching.